Hi, I'm Robert Blackstone from Blackstone Martial Arts with another installment for your safety. As we get into doing the splits, we want to protect our hips and make sure that we don't cause ourselves injury while trying to perform a simple task of gaining flexibility. To start with, we want to cover a couple of things not to do. One is you do not, we'll go from the side view, do not try to drop from the top and slide out. In doing so, that is what you're going to end up with. Your hips will lock up, you'll feel pain in the upper section of the hip joint, and you will not have success. Notice my hips are not tucked properly. You also do not want to put a sock on one foot, as many people will tell you, and they'll start you out and try to have you slide from the top, dropping down and out, using your body weight against your hip sockets. And that is as far as you're going to be able to go until you learn to properly align your hip sockets to free them up. So again, from the side view, we try to get our students to sit on the floor to do their stretches. Instead of using your body weight up top, it's more important to have proper alignment. Most people will come in slouching with their back curved. You want to be able to flex your back and roll your hips forward. So even if you can't do the splits, as you can see, my feet are not all the way out, but if I rotate my pelvic over, I will be able to go all the way down. That is what you're trying to do, is learn to rotate your pelvic, because that frees up the hip socket so that you're not going bone against bone and resisting there. You're repositioning your pelvic, allowing yourself to work against soft tissues. So from where you are, with your feet in a straddled position, you want to roll your stomach forward. We call this the pelvic tilt in our classes that we teach. We want to make sure the stomach is rolling toward the floor. You don't have to get your head moving. You don't want like a pigeon. You want to roll your stomach forward, keeping your chin up. We'll show you a trick in a moment with a chair, but you don't worry about how wide your feet go. The most important thing is how low is your body going to the floor. Do not tuck your head, because look what it does. Watch my pelvic. It will rotate back. My head will go forward. I'm now bone against bone. I'm working against the hard structure of my body, where if I bring my chin up, you'll see how it frees my pelvic up, allowing me to roll forward into my stretch. The lower lumbar has to be strong. So you do this when you do your butterfly stretches and flex. You can also do it while you're sitting in a straddled position. You want to roll the knot of your belt toward the floor if you're a martial artist. If you don't have a uniform and a belt, you simply want to roll your stomach or your belly button toward the floor with each one. The flexing of your foot, whether pulled back or toes pointed, also plays a part in the effectiveness of your stretch. Each one is working a different muscle group, so you want to work both, foot flexed and your toes pointed. Once you've done this and you have your pelvic rotating, there's nothing stopping you from going all the way out into the splits, perfectly lined up, stomach down, hips up, and ready to go. Your feet can be flexed or toes pointed. It does not matter. You're going to be flexed and all the way into your splits. If you look at it from the front view, the same thing. You will see that as we get in our straddle stretch, if we keep our eyes up, feet flexed, you can roll your hips over and come all the way down. This is working the muscles. You're stretching the muscles, not working against the bone structure. But if I tuck my hips under and arch my back, I'm not going to go any further than this. Once I learn to rotate my pelvic, it doesn't matter where I'm at in my stretch, I'll be able to pull all the way through, getting my 180 degrees. Once you've done that, we strongly encourage you to push your feet in before trying to retract your legs. This prevents pulled muscles in the groin area. Now we'll share with you another tip on how to use a common chair to help you out in achieving your goal. We'll now share with you how to use a common chair to achieve the goal of your splits. As you get into your straddle stretch, spread your feet apart into a common straddle stretch. Once you get in a straddle stretch, In order to allow your hips to rotate forward, rotating your pelvic forward, you want to lean on a chair, cross your arms just like you're watching TV, rotate your stomach down, and the further you push the chair out, the more you have to arch your back and reposition your pelvic. This does it naturally. This prevents you, that chair will prevent you from doing this, trying to get to the floor. This gives you an illusion of a stretch. It doesn't actually stretch anything. You want to make sure you bring the chair in with your elbows on the chair. That prevents you from slouching and forces you to use those back muscles to get that pelvic tilt. And again, as you slide the chair out, your pelvic is forward. It'll take you all the way out into your stretch. You can even go from there down to this point. You can do this while watching TV or carrying on a conversation with somebody, looking through the chair. But you want to make sure that this prevents you from slouching and going forward. You want your back to arch concave forward, not back. So you want to do this, and this is using a common chair to achieve your goal. That will help you to achieve the goal safely without jeopardizing the health of your hips. We want to thank you for viewing this video, and if you like it, please subscribe and share our channel with other martial arts enthusiasts. You can also visit us at blackstone-ma.com for further instructions and curriculum.